Hey, everybody, NFT fans, welcome back to the ENVELOP Podcast. I'm your host, Eugene Crypto MC, and I'm here today with my guest from Canada. He's Kevin Lawson. He is the founder and CEO of Purple Penguin Pebble Inc, and he's also the speaker of the upcoming CGC 9 conference. Thanks for joining me today, Kevin.
Thank you for having me, Eugene.
I always prefer to start with the personal story of my guest in crypto. Tell us, please, how did you get into the blockchain realm and what was your main incentives to join it?
Yeah, so blockchain for me is kind of an in and out. I first found cryptocurrency in around 2013 when that initial blockchain buzz, Bitcoin buzz happened. Quite often I would end up emceeing and hosting and setting up the conferences and connecting different people to help run the conferences for the Blockchain Society. So through that, I was reintroduced and realized, this is going to become more common and more of a thing. And then in 2020, through a friend of mine, I was introduced to NBA Top Shots. And then in college, some friends of mine about a week later found a company called Ecomi, who runs the VV app. So it's kind of been in and out, started a long time ago. And then really as of 2020 was when I first really started to get involved. And then, this year it just exploded.
Well, did I understand right that you got a first exposure with NFT from the NBA Top Shot, or if I'm mistaken, how did you get a first exposure to NFTs, and how do you explain what the hell is NFT?
Yeah, so for me, the first exposure was through NBA Top Shots. I'm not really a sports guy myself. I grew up playing hockey, but basketball was never my thing. But as a sports fan and growing up with collecting as part of my life, I saw the value in collecting the Top Shots. So I started to get involved in that. And then VV and Ecomi was really what got me addicted to NFT collecting, because it's all comic book characters and things that were basically nostalgia moments for our whole lives. So collecting the DeLorean and all these things, that really got me hooked on it. And then, sorry, what was the last part of that question?
Last part of this one, how do you explain,
oh yes,
especially for non-crypto people, what the hell is NFT?
Yeah, so that's really the hardest part, is explaining to my mom what we're doing. So the way I would explain it to other people is it's really a certificate of authenticity or transparency. So NFTs can be a timestamp of ownership. It can be something for, say, supply chain, where you can register that something was delivered this day by this person. So it's really a way of securing that something is real, that it happened on this day, and that you are the owner or you are the person responsible for this transaction to happen. So for example, like jewelry, in the future, there's a lot of issues right now with false jewelry. So blockchain and NFTs are a way to authenticate that this is owned by you, it's real, and it was designed by this company.
Well, why the penguin is purple? What it does? What is Purple Penguin?
Yeah, so Purple Penguin, actually, the name came from my girlfriend Chantal's old Wi-Fi. We started the company together, and we were trying to think of a name and an animal that we could raise funds for, because we wanted to make this about the environment and about giving back. We wanted to have a charity element for both people and animals. So Purple Penguin was her old Wi-Fi name, and we thought it had a great ring to it. And also there's an old marketing book, The Purple Cow. So this was kind of a reference to that book as well. And the penguins, we wanted to go with something purple and cartoony, both with the name of the Wi-Fi, and that way we could kind of connect to kids and create it in a way that's real, but not super daunting and realistic, because it is about animal endangerment and climate change. So we wanted to kind of have it be fun and family friendly instead of being a little too realistic.
Well, billions of people love to game, but few of them know why NFTs are so useful in the blockchain gaming, and they don't even understand what is blockchain gaming. May you explain for traditional game players, what is it?
Yeah, so gaming really has changed. A little while ago, it kind of went to a pay-to-play model, and downloadable content became almost more important than the completed product. So people are, grinding on games, and they're playing for hours to achieve these rewards. but they don't really have any value to these rewards, and everybody has the same ones. And it's a way to customize and connect yourself to a game. With blockchain gaming and NFTs, as I said earlier, there's authenticity and ownership attached. So say I buy an avatar character for a game or a skin that I really like that makes me feel like this is me in the game. Well, instead of just having this character that I gave whatever company money for, I now own this skin that I'm playing in the game. So not only am I able to connect to my character more, but I can actually resell this character for a reinvestment. It's a way of a company rewarding me for playing the game. So instead of getting coins in the game that have no value, these tokens actually have value in real life and in the game. So, instead of spending 50 hours on a game and spending hundreds of dollars on stuff that's really only useful in the game, this is a way for companies to reward their players and create a mailing list where they can connect to their audience and airdrop them prizes for being part of the community. And it's a really way of further engaging your community in what a game is. It's not no longer just a pay and play and that's it. There's now connection between the company, the game, and the consumer.
Excellent explanation. And another big world where NFTs are so widely utilized is Metaverse or metaverses. Whatever we mean about under that. How specifically NFTs are used in the Metaverse? May I explain?
Yeah. So every metaverse has their own experience. They have their own ideas of what they can create in their space. And that's really part of why we love metaverses. It's all about experience and engagement. So for our metaverse, we've partnered with a company called the Nemesis, and they're also developing our battle arena games. So for the way that we're integrating our NFTs into our metaverse is you own your NFT, as I was mentioning earlier. So you build a connection with this character that you've purchased, that you're the only one that has this exact character. And then in the metaverse, you can be that character. So you can run around, enjoy concerts, experiences, you can shop at the stores, you can play the games as your character. So you get to be your character in all sorts of different experiences. You can go see your favorite band or DJ in a live stream. You can play a game and play to earn. You can go shopping as your character, and you really get to connect to your NFT on a different level and create a digital identity for yourself. And with our metaverse and some other ones, for example, there are game elements. So in ours, you'll be able to fight in battle arena games and upgrade your NFT's values. So not only are you able to be your NFT, but you can enjoy the games and upgrade it just like any other game. And then you can resell that for more money because you've spent time being your character and enjoying these experiences. Metaverses are really experiences that can range across any industry that's related to entertainment.
Really, really. I was wondering when I talked to my speakers, why did we face NFT hype in digital art space in 2020, 2021? What I have personal opinion about that. Was it similar or differ comparing with, remember, ICO hype in 2017?
Yeah, it kind of is similar. In the beginning of the NFT boom, everyone was kind of trying to learn what the space is. And as more trends started to develop, more influencers got involved in the space, more funds and investors from crypto got involved. There was a lot more media and attention on the investment and the profits versus the community and the culture. So I think that the main focus right now on why an NFT is of value for a lot of people is the financial return versus the actual technology, the engagement, the culture behind it. So we kind of have like a split a little bit. It's not like a feud or anything, but there's a bit of a split I find in the reason that people are involved in NFTs. A lot of people are, chasing the dragon, trying to make that next buck right away. And if it doesn't blow up today, they'll sell it. They're just looking for the next thing. And then there's other people that are more looking for a community to connect with, more of a company that's building out goals and rewarding their holders through utility. So there's almost two different elements of an NFT, kind of like with coins in the ICO days, right? You had your tokens that were just looking for a quick buck and everybody's chasing for that. And then you have other tokens that are trying to build out a model and an enterprise. And it's very similar.
Yeah, really. Every relatively young market, NFTs, relatively young market, has its own pains, problems, diseases we need to cure. How do you see the main problems, diseases, and pains of NFT market participants right now we should care? We should carry and cure in the future.
Yeah, the main issue that is really talked about most often is environmental impact. It's quite often that's the first thing that people say is the negative behind cryptocurrency and NFT technology. And there's actually a lot of solutions for that. Our NFTs, for example, we were able to mint carbon negative. We did them on the Polygon network, and we offset the carbon to produce the NFTs through donating to a mangrove restoration project that we connected with through World Wildlife Fund. So through the technology, you can mint your NFTs with very low emissions if you go through different chains and different networks. But there's also ways to overcome that through offsetting the carbon emissions. Another main issue that we found is ease of adoption. So as you're aware, when you first get into cryptocurrency or collecting NFTs, you have to figure out what wallet you want to use, what platform you want to use, what currency you want to use. There's a lot of different things to learn, and it's pretty intimidating for somebody who maybe even has a little bit of a tech background, let alone somebody who's completely clueless about what they're doing. So APIs and gateways, adoptions for credit card purchasing and things like that is a very huge pain that we have right now that is kind of being overcome by some companies. So we found that that's a really important thing that's going to allow for mass adoption that right now is a bit of an issue. And authenticity is also a bit of an issue, as with any new industry. We have, as I was mentioning earlier, there's people that are coming in and undisclosed influencers are being paid to pump stuff, and people are getting caught into launches that have no intention beyond the initial sale. And companies that will put their NFT out there and then close their Discord and just not do anything. So that's still an issue that happens as well, but it's not as common as people think. You hear about negative stuff, and obviously the brain starts to go and you create all these scenarios. And in reality, if you pay attention, you can really find the red flags early that cause these pains and issues. But these are real things that do need to be, we need solutions for these kind of issues.
Yeah, great. I love it. So are you personally satisfied with the real now technical infrastructure for NFT turnover? I mean, blockchains, different for minting wallets, for keeping, storing, marketplaces for trading, and so on and so forth.
There's always room for improvement. I think right now we're at a great point. There's a lot of industry leaders who are doing fantastic things and allowing new innovations and ease for access quite easily. Companies like, say, Nifty Gateway, you can purchase your first art NFT just using your credit card. We have companies like Akomi and Dapper Labs who do Top Shots and Vivi, where again, you can purchase with your credit card, and you can purchase licensed collectibles from the NBA and companies like DC Comics and Marvel. So there's security and authenticity and stuff like that. And then there's the kind of more underground side of things with companies like OpenSea and marketplaces like Here Equals Now, where it's really user-oriented, almost user-operated, and it's up to us to kind of police the system ourselves. So I think there's a lot of change coming. There's a lot of room for improvement, but also I am satisfied with the way the market is for it being such a new experience. In 2017, when NFTs really started, nobody knew what they were. So this is a very infantile industry, and kind of like every industry, I came from cannabis into this space, and cannabis just became legal in Canada in 2017. So it's still extremely new, and we still see the infantile speed bumps along the way that should be fixed by now, but they're not. So I expect the exact same situation in NFT space. It's going to be some time. We're going to figure out these issues along the way, and it depends on what the company's intent is behind it as far as the satisfaction with the technology and where things are going. People are innovating every single day. Almost every week we're learning about some new tech or new chain or.
Yeah, I totally agree. Thank you for mentioning legal issues, especially in Canada. Honestly saying, I don't know anything about the Canada regulation of crypto. One big thing I know about Canada relating crypto is that the famous Bitcoin evangelist Andrew Santonopoulos, a couple of years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, was explaining what the hell is Bitcoin to the Canadian Parliament or Canadian government. You may find this famous video in YouTube. It was awesome. Could you tell us what's going on in Canada specifically about regulation in crypto? Is it similar to US regulation or at other countries? And specifically about NFTs, don't you consider that governments will inevitably create a specific legal frameworks for NFT, separating from another common fungible assets such as cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, so on and so forth? What's your major opinion about that?
It's interesting because we have two major tech hubs in Vancouver, BC, and in Toronto, where we're based out of. So cryptocurrency is huge in both of those cities. However, in Ontario, they're a little bit more conservative when it comes to the progression of cryptocurrency. Like we're in Ontario, and recently Ontario banned Binance. However, our token is operating on the Binance Smart Chain. So there's these weird little complications where it's not illegal to operate as a Binance token. However, for us to access the Binance platform, I would have to use a VPN. So there's these weird little loopholes. I imagine it's very similar in Europe as well, where there's people that are progressive looking to make this become a thing. And then you have, your people that are still not so sure about it and trying to fight it because whatever reason that may be, lobbyists, money, uncertainty, fear of security. Like there's a lot of different reasons why governments haven't fully adopted this yet. So myself, I'm kind of in the mindset of legal side will figure out what legal side needs to do. They will add KYC if they have to. They will add like legal regulations where if you're going to launch a token, you have to be registered and doxed and all these things. So we've done all that already. We've registered our company. We're public as faces. People know who we are. They know how to get a hold of us. We've gone these steps so that we're ready for this when it comes, because we do expect that there will be regulations that come. But I'm going to let legal side handle that. Let the governments talk about that and not put too much focus on what they're talking about today, because as we're aware, 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now, 3 years from now, that may not be what the case is. So I'm just kind of like keeping an eye on it and being aware of what's happening and the changes that are coming, but I'm not stressing out too much about it because I know that there's going to be a lot of regulation changes that come over the next few years, just from my experiences in cannabis regulation and how that's changed.
Definitely, we're all facing the same situation in the entire world. Perhaps talking about the potential use cases of NFTs in the future, going beyond digital art, blockchain gaming, metaverse. How do you see the future of NFTs, where we will likely be having the use cases of NFT in upcoming, let's say, 5 or 10 years?
Yeah, I think it's really going to affect every single industry that exists. Honestly, I've spent about a decade hosting concerts and organizing events, and I see NFTs coming into contracts and tickets and posters for events. I see it coming into every element of supply chain. There's already companies like Bet, for example, working on supply chain so that your NFT or your delivery is certified that it was delivered this day by this person at this time at this location. It allows transparency to everything. So whether it's art, luxury items, car deeds, car maintenance, your house, doctor records, like literally everything can be put onto an NFT at a blockchain, which allows simplicity and access to information for everybody. So there is a potential really to put anything on the blockchain as an NFT.
Yeah, great. Thank you, especially for mentioning tickets or NFT. Now, in a couple of weeks, I will be taking part in one of the crypto conference here in Eastern Europe, and the tickets for this event will be sold for crypto in NFT shape. This is how the real crypto event should be looking like. I know.
Yeah, we plan on doing that with our events. Actually, our NFTs are going to be access to our events in Toronto and in our metaverse. If you have an NFT, then you have access. That's your ticket, and it's really neat to be able to make tickets something that, like, most tickets are just a bunch of words on a piece of paper, but people collect them and keep them for years. I have tons from since 1990 whatever until now. I have them all still, and they're just blank pieces of paper. So what if there were cool digital pieces of art that I could reinvest and resell, or just keep and have them displayed on a screen that goes through a gallery?
Excellent. I love the world we live in right now. So would it be correct to say that NFTs have definitely and already become the factor or driver of so-called mass adoption of crypto we pray for every crypto world?
I think so. I believe currently they are definitely the biggest influence in mass adoption. As I was just saying, I think they're going to affect every single industry. So it doesn't matter what your interests are. At some point, you are going to be introduced to NFTs and blockchain. NFTs are what got me into blockchain technology. I was running conferences and helping organize conferences for CPG brands and investors and venture capitalists in 2018 in the blockchain space. But I didn't get involved. I didn't invest because to me at that point, it was just a currency. But as an artist and painter and an organizer of events and a gamer and collector, NFTs, they just spoke to me, and I understood that it's bigger than that. It's every industry. So I think it will be the biggest catalyst to mass adoption that we will see in the space for a long time to come. Something might come after that, but right now and for the foreseeable future, this is the easiest way for mass adoption to come.
You may know this famous NFT guy named Andrew Stavold from Fairmount Hills. I love to ask his guest on the podcast, do you own NFT, and what is the favorite NFT you own? So may I ask you, what is the favorite NFT you own personally?
Yeah, I mean, I own a lot between the different platforms. I've been collecting on multiple different things. So my favorite art that I would say that I own would be on Here Equals Now. It's by an artist named Dalek, who we actually have in our Metaverse on display in our gallery. And then my favorite piece that I own would probably be a Batman character drawn by Todd McFarlane that is on the VV app. It's the first NFT that they ever released. Huge fan of Todd McFarlane, so it was naturally an automatic purchase when I saw that, it was a licensed Todd McFarlane Batman character that was an NFT. So that's probably my prize piece.
Yeah, well, for those newcomers who are watching us right now and don't understand what about these guys are talking, what will be your recommendation? First baby steps towards NFT. What should they do?
Somebody that's looking to create an NFT? Is that what you're asking?
To create, to touch, to learn, to have a deal with, I would say.
So obviously like research, YouTube, that's going to be your best way to get started. For ease of access, I would say try something like VV, Nifty Gateway, or Top Shots, because you can make a small value purchase. You don't have to buy a currency, lose some fees on the gas to transfer it to your wallet, find out that it costs initial gas to purchase, and then you have to speed up your purchase. So to make it really simple, easiest way I would say is something like Nifty Gateway, VV, or Top Shots, because you can use a credit card. You can make a $1 raffle purchase. You can make a $7 collectible purchase, or a $10 basketball moment that, if you're not going to be upset if this goes to zero because it's a collectible from, say, Marvel, or a basketball moment like a slam dunk or something. You're not going to be upset about having that forever. And you didn't have to go through this massive learning curve of understanding Ethereum and gas and all these other platforms and stuff. So that's my suggestion. It's something simple, API gateway, something that's a reputable company that you can get your money out if you want to get your money back as well, because liquidity isn't the easiest to get when you're dealing with cryptocurrencies.
Kevin, you are a super excellent guy, super interesting guy. Couple of questions for final. What is the best way to follow you on the internet?
We have a few different ways. We're on pretty much every social media. So our website is purplepenguin.finance. If you want to follow me personally, Twitter, my spot is at PROF, so prof_Quigley. So Quigley is my nickname. You'll find me as Quigley Bear in a lot of Discords and on Twitter. And our company Twitter also is at Pebble_Penguin. But yeah, the easiest way would be to send us an email, hello@purplepenguin.finance. We're always willing to chat with everybody.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, all the links are written below. You may get in touch with Kevin in any case you like. And the most interesting news are that Kevin is going to participate in the upcoming CGC 9th. It will be 9th event in September 23rd, 24th. And Kevin, may I ask you, what topics will you be covering in the upcoming CGC 9 event, and whom you will recommend to join this event online?
So we actually find out tomorrow which panel I'll be speaking on. I believe you told me that you'll be my moderator, so looking forward to chatting with you again.
I'm not sure, but maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe.
Maybe, okay. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. I think it's a really exciting event. I love doing public speaking. As I said before, I ran conferences for a company in the tech space, so being an MC, being on panels and stuff, that comes naturally to me, and I really enjoy it. It's a blockchain gaming conference, so it's all about blockchain games, NFTs. We have a charity element, so a lot of people generally try to ask us about what that is and why we're donating to the environment and how we're going to be doing that sort of thing. So I imagine it'll be something related to the environmental impact and NFTs, but we'll find out tomorrow what I'm talking about. And I really recommend it for anybody that's interested in the space. If you want to learn about what an NFT is, what blockchain gaming is, why blockchain gaming exists, I think this is a fantastic conference with the 50 speakers that they have lined up to talk about this space and a lot of industry leaders from different companies as well.
Yeah, totally agree. The CDC team have been organizing CDC Crypto Game or Cutting Edge Game Conference last 3 years. They are working on the conjunction of blockchain, gaming, crypto, and gaming. So if you are regarding gaming, or if you are regarding crypto, or you are interested in crypto and gaming, you should join CDC NFT conference. The link is written below. And if you want to you grab your free pass, just like, subscribe, share this video, and write me. I will give you a specific promo code for grabbing a free pass. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Lawson, the founder and CEO of Purple Penguin Pebble Incorporated, and Eugene Crypto MC, we're with you. This has been a fascinating, interesting talk. You are watching the ENVELOP Podcast. It is supported by the ENVELOP and NFT protocol and DAO ENVELOP. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and channel. And don't forget to hit the bell button for not missing the future episodes with CGC upcoming speakers. It would be great, I think. So thank you for listening, and see you in the next episodes of the ENVELOP Podcast. Bye-bye.